All right, good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome back to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for today's broadcast of Heartland Championship Wrestling. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with action from the Atlantic Wrestling Federation here in the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia. And it is a big afternoon for wrestling here in the Dave Cave, so thank you all for checking out today's broadcast. We have already seen some great action here tonight and some really interesting events in Heartland Championship Wrestling. If you have followed Heartland Championship Wrestling on the Filsinger message board, you know that the West Coast territory has been closed down and bought out, and a new Patriot Championship Wrestling territory has started in the New York City area. It's not known yet who the benefactor is of the new organization, but they got off to a great start last weekend. And one of the things that happened in Patriot Championship Wrestling was a talent raid. And several prominent members of the Atlantic Wrestling Federation territory left town and jumped over to the New York promotion, including the Hart Foundation, the British Bulldogs, and most notably superstar Billy Graham jumped ship. And it was Billy Graham in the main event who defeated Kurt Angle by submission in a tag team contest with the superstar Bear Hug. So the absence of superstar Billy Graham here in the AWF is significant, but they replaced him in tonight's opening contest in a big way as Bruiser Brody made his debut here in the AWF and squashed Owen Hart. As we say hello to Bears Den 007 is CM Punk showing up. What a show that was last night. I was not able to catch the AEW Rampage live, but I did catch the video replays of CM Punk, and what a dramatic comeback that was, and fans were just beside themselves with joy. So we're not going to have anything that's dramatic, although Bruiser Brody did make his debut here in the AWF in our opening contest with a big win over Owen Hart. Next we saw a very chaotic situation with a tag team match featuring the Killer Bees against the team of Rowdy Roddy Piper and Cowboy Bob Orton. And it was Orton and Piper winning that match by countout when Cowboy Bob Orton executed a spectacular neckbreaker on the arena floor on B. Brian Blair, and Blair was counted out, but Brunzell did not take kindly to that, and it was Brunzell who came after Orton after the count out, and Brunzell nailed Orton with a series of drop kicks, sending Orton crashing into the ring steps, and Orton had to be helped away from ringside. Then we saw the Macho Man Randy Savage light up the crowd here in Atlanta with a pinfall victory over Finlay by way of the Flying Elbow Smash. In tag team competition, Nikolai Volkov and Alexis Smirnoff teamed up to defeat Wild Bill Curry and Flying Fred Curry when Smirnoff pinned Fred Curry after a power body slam. And in our last match prior to the live broadcast, it was Ernie the Big Cat Ladd with a big victory over Mr. Wrestling 2 after a big boot to the face. And that brings us to tonight's televised contest. And this first match is going to be a doozy. A historic rivalry is going to play out here in Atlanta as the very popular and very patriotic Sergeant Slaughter takes on his arch rival, the Iron Sheik. We'll also have the Atlantic Wrestling Federation Championship. This with Barry Windham defending, receive a title match against the current NWA World Heavyweight Champion Kurt Angle. And with that, we are ready to kick things off here from Atlanta. So relax, grab yourself a cold one and enjoy the show as Sergeant Slaughter squares off against the Iron Sheik. And the dice are spinning, and the opening initiative roll goes to Sergeant Slaughter. And Slaughter comes out and just stomps to the gut of the Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik follows that back and just shoves Slaughter into the ropes and starts choking him down against the ropes. Referee puts the count on to force the break. Iron Sheik grabs Slaughter by the arm and whips him into the ropes. Off the ropes comes Sergeant Slaughter, and it is a running back elbow from the Iron Sheik that puts Sergeant Slaughter back down to the mat. Sheik with a boot to the stomach. Slaughter up and firing back with a kick to the gut of his own. And a mocking salute of the Iron Sheik. Sheik not very happy about that. Sheik follows that and just spits on Sergeant Slaughter. Boy, the intensity is already picking up as Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter are attempting to get under one another's skin. And here is a big uppercut by Sergeant Slaughter that takes Iron Sheik down to the mat. Sergeant Slaughter in control, and he is going to go with a whip to the ropes of his own. Off the ropes comes the Iron Sheik, and it's a big back elbow from Sergeant Slaughter that puts Sheik down to the canvas. Slaughter follows that up. He's got him by the legs and catapults the Iron Sheik into the turnbuckle. Sheik hits hard, and Slaughter maintains control. Slaughter with a high hanging vertical suplex up, over, and down to the canvas goes the Sheik. The fans here in Atlanta are loving the domination of Sergeant Slaughter in this stretch of the match. Here is a big body slam from the Sarge, taking Sheik down to the canvas once again. Sheik slow to get to his feet. Slaughter moving in, and Slaughter with another stomp to the gut of the Iron Sheik. Sheik is down, and Slaughter is having his way with the Sheik right now. Sheik gets to his feet, but Slaughter grabs him in a headlock and just nails him up to the side of the head. Roughhouse tactics here by that big military Sergeant Slaughter, 6'4", 303 pounds, out of Parris Island, South Carolina. Here's Slaughter with another whip into the turnbuckle. And coming off the turnbuckle, a big drop kick by Sergeant Slaughter nails the Iron Sheik once again. Sheik is staggered. He can get nothing going here. As Slaughter moves in once again, and another big drop kick from Sergeant Slaughter sends the Iron Sheik reeling. Sheik comes to rest against the turnbuckle as Slaughter moves in. Sheik is going to try and maneuver for a abdominal stretch, but Slaughter is the more powerful of the two men in this match. He's not going to get that done, and he's going to eat another uppercut from Sergeant Slaughter, and down goes the Iron Sheik once again. Sergeant Slaughter is in control. Here's another big uppercut from the Sarge. And Sheik finally comes back with a chop to the throat, backing Sergeant Slaughter off. And Slaughter grabs him by the legs and slams him once again into the turnbuckle. Sheik is shaken. Slaughter is in control. Another kick to the gut. Sheik gets to his feet. Another series of punches from Sergeant Slaughter with a headlock. Sarge now follows that up, and Sarge with another series of punches, keeping Sheik at bay. And now Sarge with a big, high, hanging vertical suplex, and down to the canvas again goes the Iron Sheik. Slaughter maintaining control. Here's another big drop kick from Sergeant Slaughter. Sheik is a hard man to put down. He is showing a lot of resilience here, even though he's not gotten any offense to speak of in this match. As Slaughter with another uppercut backs Sheik into the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes the Sheik, and another drop kick from Sergeant Slaughter takes Sheik back down to the canvas. Here is another kick to the gut, and another kick to the gut. Sheik is staggering. Another big uppercut from the Sarge, and Sarge now with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes the Iron Sheik, and Sarge takes him down with a big body tackle. Big body tackle by Slaughter, and a big body slam now by Sergeant Slaughter. SHEIK tries for the clothesline. Didn't get all of it, but enough to create some space, backing off the sergeant. And now it is the SHEIK with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Sergeant Slaughter, and a back elbow from the SHEIK staggers the big American drill sergeant. SHEIK now goes for a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Slaughter, and oh, a big kick from Iron SHEIK. Got that boot to the gut. And SHEIK is going to follow that up with a whip across the ring to the opposite turnbuckle. But oh, Sergeant Slaughter, as SHEIK comes into the turnbuckle, ducks away. SHEIK smashes into the turnbuckle. Sarge rolls him up. SHEIK kicks out of that one, but Sergeant Slaughter took advantage of a situation there. And Sergeant Slaughter is in control now. Sergeant Slaughter going for a big back body drop. But oh, he is unable to get the big back body drop. As SHEIK with a knee to the side of the head stuns Sergeant Slaughter. SHEIK now in control. And SHEIK just kicked Sergeant Slaughter with a loaded boot. He loaded up the boot and nailed Sergeant Slaughter in the rib cage. Slaughter down to one knee, holding that injured rib cage. SHEIK now in control. SHEIK with another loaded boot to the rib cage of Sergeant Slaughter. Sergeant Slaughter being punished by those iron-tipped boots. Here's a big chest breaker by the Iron SHEIK, down across the knee. Slaughter holding those ribs as SHEIK takes control. Whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Sergeant Slaughter. A back elbow from SHEIK puts Slaughter back down to the mat. SHEIK now with a belly-to-belly suplex takes Sergeant Slaughter up, over, and down to the canvas. SHEIK now in control. Whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Sergeant Slaughter, and this time it is a big elbow, a big shoulder tackle by Slaughter that takes SHEIK down to the mat. Can Slaughter capitalize on this opportunity? He moves in with another headlock and punches SHEIK on the side of the head. Slaughter still nursing those injured ribs, and it is Slaughter now with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes the Iron SHEIK, and oh, a big running clothesline from Sergeant Slaughter puts the SHEIK down onto the mat. SHEIK now is shaken, as Slaughter nearly decapitated him with that big clothesline. Slaughter now going for a high back body drop, up, over, and down to the canvas hard. Goes the Iron SHEIK. SHEIK slow to get to his feet. Here's an atomic drop by Slaughter. Slaughter's going to go for the cover. SHEIK kicks out of that one, but the Sarge is in control. What's he going to do now? Here's a big gutbuster by Sergeant Slaughter. SHEIK down on hands and knees as Slaughter hoists him up again for another high, hanging vertical suplex. Down to the canvas goes the Iron SHEIK. Slaughter is going to go to the middle turnbuckle. And as he flies off the middle turnbuckle, attempting that Slaughter cannon, SHEIK gets out of the way, and Sergeant Slaughter crashes to the mat hard. Slaughter is down. SHEIK is in control. SHEIK is going to go for a high vertical suplex. He gets Slaughter up, over, and down to the canvas hard. Slaughter is down. And SHEIK is going for a camel rider, that backbreaker type maneuver. And Slaughter leaves the ring. Out of the ring goes Sergeant Slaughter to escape that hold. And here we go out to the arena floor, and on a roll of three, it is Sergeant Slaughter who grabs SHEIK by the leg, pulls him out of the ring, and slams him face first onto the ring apron. SHEIK is in trouble now. Slaughter is in control. Atomic drop. SHEIK rolls out of the ring once again. Here we go to the arena floor. And it is Slaughter who comes out and grabs a steel chair and wails on the Iron SHEIK. Will we see a disqualification here? No. The referee is going to let him fight. Iron SHEIK rolls back into the ring to escape the attack from Sergeant Slaughter. And Slaughter goes to the Cobra Clutch. The Cobra Clutch has been applied. The submission roll here is 6 or lower. And on a roll of 5, he got him. How about that? Sergeant Slaughter by way of the Cobra Clutch has defeated the Iron Sheik in a very intense matchup using the Cobra Clutch submission hold after a steel chair shot on the arena floor. So Sergeant Slaughter is victorious here in your opening contest of tonight's televised broadcast from here in Atlanta. And the fans here at the Omni are ecstatic as their local hero, Sergeant Slaughter, has taken down the hated Iron Sheik in tonight's opening contest. All right, fans, that was a sensational opening contest. Very hard-fought battle with both men going at it tooth and nail. Congratulations to Sergeant Slaughter, who comes away with the victory. And now we are set for our first championship match of the night, as the newly crowned Atlantic heavyweight champion, Barry Windham, is going to defend the belt against the former champion, the Destroyer, in a return match, as we say hello to Thomas Morgan, now here at the Omni for Atlantic Wrestling Federation action. Welcome to the broadcast. Barry Windham won the Atlantic Wrestling Federation title from the Destroyer and is defending the belt now here in a return match with J.J. Dillon at ringside. The Destroyer, one of the smartest men. He's undersized here, giving up nearly a foot in height and about 40 pounds in weight. Destroyer coming from parts unknown, facing off against Sweetwater, Texas native Barry Windham. And the opening initiative role goes to the Destroyer. And it's the Destroyer with a snapmare, taking Windham down to the mat and putting on an arm lock. Good technical wrestling display here by the Destroyer. That is what he is known for. And now a handstand knee drop onto the arm of Windham stuns the champion. Windham gets to his feet, but Destroyer takes him back down with the leg scissors, wrapping up that arm. Destroyer working the left arm of Windham here from the opening moments of the match. And now here is Destroyer with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Windham, and it is a big kick by the Destroyer that staggers Windham. Here's another whip to the turnbuckle. And oh, this time it is a neck-breaking clothesline from Barry Windham that takes the Destroyer down to the canvas hard. Destroyer is staggered after that big clothesline. Windham exploding off the turnbuckle, as Destroyer tried to get a technical match going, but Windham with his power has overpowered the Destroyer and taken control. Here's a big high hanging vertical suplex from Barry Windham. That's a devastating move from a guy 6'7". Destroyer is down. Windham is going to follow that up. He explodes off of the ropes with a lariat, that running lariat. Windham goes for the cover. Destroyer kicks out of that, but Windham quickly has taken charge. After Destroyer tried to come out at a slow pace, Windham is now in control. Windham now goes to the Blackjack Claw, trying to weaken the Destroyer. He puts the claw hold on. Destroyer will not submit, but Windham continues to keep the pressure on as he attempts to defend his Atlantic Wrestling Federation title. Windham now with a big superplex off of the top turnbuckle, up, over, and down hard to the canvas. Windham goes for the cover. Destroyer kicks out again, but Destroyer has taken a lot of damage here in a short period of time as Windham is pouring it on. Windham now pitches the Destroyer out of the ring. And it is Windham taking a breather in the ring as the Destroyer makes the helpless crawl back into the squared circle. And the battle continues with Windham in control. Windham with another Sweetwater superplex off the top turnbuckle. The pin roll now is a 5, and on a roll of 4, he got him. Barry Windham dominated that championship match over the Destroyer and comes up with a huge victory by way of the Sweetwater superplex. And after the first opening moments of technical wrestling by the Destroyer, Windham just got loose and took control and proved himself to be a worthy and in fact a very dangerous Atlantic Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion. So congratulations to Barry Windham on that victory, as he puts aside the Destroyer, and it will be back to the back of the pack for Destroyer if he wants another shot at the Atlantic Wrestling Federation Championship, which he has previously held. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time now for your main event of the evening. This is a #1 contenders match to the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And as you know, the Nature Boy Ric Flair held that championship for a long time before losing in stunning fashion to Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig. Hennig now holds the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And when you are a world champion, you got to earn your keep. There are no automatic rematches for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Bobo Brazil has been moving up through the ranks, coming out of Texas, coming out of Pro Wrestling Mid-America, where he holds the PWMA Heavyweight Championship. So it is champion versus former champion in this battle, and the winner of this will get a shot at Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig for the NWA World title. Woo! Says Thomas Morgan. He is cheering on Windham for that victory in our previous matchup, and he is now rooting for Ric Flair and his ally James J. Dillon at ringside in the next contest, your main event of the evening. So here we go, Flair and Bobo squaring off with a world title shot on the line, and the opening initiative roll goes to the Nature Boy. Flair is going to start things off. He's going to lock up with Bobo, and he is going to attempt to take Bobo down to the mat with a drop toe hold, and he gets him down to the canvas. Nice drop toe hold by Flair, puts Bobo on the mat. Flair now follows that up with an elbow drop to the back. Bobo gets to his feet, and Bobo follows that up with a test of strength. Bad idea for the Nature Boy, as Bobo takes Ric Flair down to his knees. As Bears Den has correctly observed, if AEW signs Flair, they will have Flair, Arn Anderson, and Tully Blanchard on the roster, and they'll have to come up with a way to unite those two, because Anderson and Blanchard have been on the opposite sides of some of the feuds that they have had in their AEW tenure. Here's Flair in control, and Flair now goes with a chop across the chest, a thunderous chop that lights up Bobo Brazil. Woo! Yells the crowd. Woo! Yells Thomas Morgan as Bobo backs off. And Flair follows that up with another attempt at an elbow smash, but this time Bobo blocks that, and it is Bobo who pulls Flair into a front face lock. Bobo holding Flair in that front face lock, attempting to use his strength advantage to take control of this bout. And now it is a knee lift from Bobo that stuns Flair, but Flair fires back with a double leg dive, taking Bobo Brazil down to the leg and dropping his elbow across the leg of Bobo, and that is going to be a point of damage to the knee of Bobo, and that may come into play later in this match if Flair is able to go to the figure 4. Flair follows that up with another big chop across the chest, knocking the breath out of Bobo. Flair has Bobo backed into the corner. What's he going to do now? Another leg dive and another drop across the leg does more damage to the knee of Bobo Brazil. We'll put this over here next to Bobo so that we know that his knee has been clipped now twice, as Flair attempts to take advantage. Here he goes again with another attempted single leg takedown. And this time Bobo is able to counter that. And Bobo comes back with a running lariat. Flair ducks under the lariat, and it is Flair who comes back with another elbow smash to the top of the head. Flair and Brazil trading blows. They are both experienced grapplers in that ring. And now it is another front face lock from Bobo. What's Flair going to do? Oh, Flair with another chop across the chest. And Bobo's chest is already on fire from all of these chops from the Nature Boy, who knows how to punish his man. Bobo now fires back. Bobo tries to take Flair down. Flair ducks out of the way of that attempted takedown. And another big chop from Flair across the chest of Bobo. Flair trying to weaken Bobo with repeated chops across the chest. And now here's another double leg takedown and another kick to the knee of Bobo as he has sustained some damage to that knee. Bobo beginning to show some signs of weakness here. And Flair with a big knee breaker, dropping Bobo down across his own knee. And Bobo now is visibly weakened. That's 4 shots to the knee. So if Flair is able to get the figure 4 leg lock, it becomes a +4 finisher. And that is dangerous indeed. But Flair's got to get there first. Here's a somersault knee drop onto the forehead of Bobo. Bobo slow to get to his feet. And Flair hits him with another knee drop. Flair in control. Here's another drop across the knee. Bobo gets slowly to his feet. And Flair with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Bobo Brazil. And he grabs the arm of Flair and sends Flair into the turnbuckle. And oh, on a roll of 8, it is a big back elbow smash from Brazil that staggers Flair and sends him back into the turnbuckle. Bobo now with a chance to do some damage. He takes Flair down to the mat. Flair tries to get up off of the mat, gets to his knees, both men on their knees now, and Flair with another powerful chop across the chest of Bobo Brazil. He stung Bobo with that chop. Bobo down to hands and knees. And Flair is going to pitch Bobo out of the ring. And the party will start now on the arena floor for the Nature Boy. Bobo limping noticeably on that left knee. And it is going to be Flair taking a steel chair to the knee of Bobo Brazil. That is brutal. Flair may face a disqualification. He will not be disqualified for that. Bobo staggers back into the ring, but Flair pulls him back out to the arena floor. The 10 count has been broken. They're going at it again here on the arena floor. And once again, it is Flair with a whip to the ring post. And Bobo hits the ring post hard, and he once again is staggered. Back into the ring we go as Flair has taken control of this contest. And Flair now with a sleeper hold. Bobo comes back into the ring. Flair catches him with a sleeper hold. And takes him down to the mat. Bobo down to one knee, struggling under the effects of this sleeper hold. And now he is down, and Flair goes for the figure 4. Flair has the figure 4 locked in. The submission move is a 5 or lower here. And on a roll of 6, Bobo is just able to get to the ropes. Brazil reaches the ropes, much to the disappointment of James J. Dillon at ringside. But the damage has been done. As Thomas Morgan says, Flair is taking him to school. What's Flair going to do now? And action will spill outside the ring once again. And this time it is Bobo who has had enough. Bobo grabs Flair by the tights and whips him into the steel ring steps. Flair crashes hard into the ring steps. And Bobo now is going to be first back into the ring. Flair shaken up now as Bobo has taken over. And it is Bobo who is going to attempt a leg drop off of the middle rope. But Flair gets out of the way of that one. And Bobo drops to the canvas hard. Not a good decision by Bobo Brazil there, as he tried to come off with a leg drop. Flair got out of the way. Flair rolls him up for the cover. Bobo kicks out of that one. But once again, Flair is in control of this match after that miscalculation by Bobo Brazil. And now it is back to the sleeper hold. The sleeper hold executed by Flair. But Bobo picks up Flair and slams him down to the canvas hard with a big over-the-shoulder atomic drop. Bobo got his hips behind. Actually, I'm sorry, that was a belly-to-back suplex. Flair went for the sleeper. Bobo got his hips behind Flair's, picked him up around the waist, and just slammed him down to the mat. Bobo with the cover. Flair kicks out of that one. But a great counter hold by Bobo Brazil there has got Flair in some trouble. Flair getting to his feet, and Bobo's just going to choke him on the ropes now. Bobo could have done more in that situation, but he's still just trying to regain his bearings after all the damage to his knee. Yes, he is bringing Flair down to his knees with a chokehold. Referee makes him break the chokehold. But here is a big kick to the side of the head of by Bobo Brazil. Flair still down on his knees. Bobo comes in with another big kick. Flair on his knees and backing away from Bobo, who is just kicking away at the head and the ribs of Flair. Bobo tries to take Flair down to the canvas, but Flair once again takes out the knee of Bobo with a chop block, and it is Bobo who is down. Flair saw Bobo coming in and just lunged and drove his shoulder into the injured knee of Bobo, taking Bobo down to the canvas. Flair now with a knee drop to the leg, still punishing that injured left leg. Flair comes back with another butt drop across the leg. Bobo slowly getting to his feet. Flair with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Bobo. And on a roll of 8, it is a big kick by Flair to the gut of Bobo that gives Flair the opportunity to take control. Flair with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Bobo. And on a roll of 7, Flair nails Bobo with a back elbow to keep control. Flair still in control with another big elbow drop. Bobo down on the canvas. Another knee breaker by Flair, keeping Bobo grounded. Flair follows that up with another knee breaker, and Bobo rolls out of the ring. Bobo out of the ring now. And on a roll of 3, once again it is Bobo who is going to win the brawl on the arena floor. Grabbing Flair by the back of the head and just catching him and tossing him with a heel throw over his shoulder and down hard to the concrete floor outside the ring. Flair is down. Bobo is in control. Bobo gets back into the ring. Flair follows and Bobo hits him with a cocoa butt. A big headbutt from Bobo. Bobo goes for the cover. Flair kicks out of that one. Bobo's still in control here. Bobo with another big headbutt. And on a roll of 8, Flair kicks out again. Now we've got James J. Dillon up on the... James J. Dillon is up on the ring apron as he is trying to call the attention of the referee away from the match. And on a roll of 8, it is James J. Dillon who takes his shoe off and throws it into the ring. But it is Bobo who picks up the shoe, and he nails James J. Dillon on the side of the head with his own shoe. James J. Dillon has been knocked out of commission by Bobo Brazil. Bobo still in control here. Bobo with another big headbutt. Another cover. Flair still able to kick out. Flair has tremendous resilience. His cardio is second to none, but he is on the receiving end of a lot of punishment here as Bobo comes back with another headbutt. Here's another cover, and on a count of 9, Flair kicks out once again. Flair now has been busted open. Those headbutts have opened up a laceration over the right eye of the Nature Boy. Flair in trouble here as Bobo is in control. Bobo with another headbutt. Flair goes down and Bobo goes for the cover. Count of 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Bobo Brazil with a series of headbutts has defeated Ric Flair here in Atlanta, Georgia to become the #1 contender to the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. What a victory for Bobo Brazil by way of a series of headbutts, busting Flair open over his right eye and putting Flair down for the pin. What a performance by Bobo Brazil here tonight in Atlanta. The fans here in Atlanta are divided on the outcome of this match. Flair has a lot of fans across the southern U.S., Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas. Flair very popular, not so much around the rest of the country, and he has his detractors even here in the city of Atlanta. And Bobo Brazil has toppled the Nature Boy and earned a title match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. It will be Bobo going after that title currently held by Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig. As a stunning turn of events here, Flair was in control of that match for a long time, working the legs of Bobo. Got the figure 4 in place, but Bobo reached the ropes. Action spilled out of the ring where Flair took a nasty spill after Bobo hit him with a hip toss. James J. Dillon tried to get involved, and James J. Dillon took a shot from his own shoe right between the eyes to put him out of harm's way here and allow Bobo with a series of headbutts to bust open the forehead of Nature Boy Ric Flair and finally score the pinfall victory. Congratulations to your winner in tonight's main event, Bobo Brazil, your new #1 contender to the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. All right, thank you to Bears Den and to Thomas Morgan for checking out this afternoon's broadcast. Little impromptu Saturday afternoon wrestling here from the Dave Cave. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for My Journey with Jesus as we talk about parables. And we will have more action from the Dave Cave in the weeks to come with Heartland Championship Wrestling. And within the next few weeks, the return of the Epic Basketball League for 1972-73. But for the time being, thank you to everybody who has checked out this afternoon's broadcast. That's our stream, and I am out of here.